What's up, y'all? It's Kid Kenzie, and today we have an Uchiha exclusive. So, in Boruto Chapter 80, Sarada unlocked her Mangekyou Sharingan. People are upset with the way she unlocked it, and to be honest, I'm not quite sure why. Tobirama explains, and it's shown with the MS awakenings that we see, that feelings of great emotion is one way to unlock it. In Sarada's case, she cares deeply for Boruto. Whether this is platonically or romantically, it doesn't matter because he's one of the most important people in her life, and now the entire world is painting him as a villain. And then her role model, basically her uncle Naruto, she hears that he's dead, and while he's not, she has no way to confirm this, so like all of this is hitting her at once. So this feeling of agony of possibly losing two loved ones is what led to her unlocking her MS. But people are going to hate on Boruto no matter what it does, so honestly, I'm just here to theorize on what Sarada's MS abilities could be. A lot of people don't know this, but the MS abilities that you unlock are directly tied to your deepest desires and reflect how you are as a person. They aren't just random cool power-ups, and I'll show you what I mean by discussing the abilities of Itachi, Sasuke, Obito Kakashi, Shisui, and Madara. And once you see how these abilities are symbolic, you're about to realize Kishimoto was in his bag. Starting with Itachi, in his left eye, he awakened the Tsukiyomi, and in his right eye, he awakened the Amaterasu. The Tsukiyomi is a genjutsu that allows Itachi to implant a fake reality in your head, to where he controls everything. Your senses, time, space, matter, all under his control. Anything and everything you experience within this reality is something Itachi wanted you to feel. Now, how does this tie into his character? Itachi is one of the biggest liars in the series. He's known for putting up a front. He's great at controlling the narrative and making sure he's viewed exactly how he wants to be. Whether it's making Sasuke believe that he was just some super duper evil older brother, or having the world believe that Itachi was the bad apple of the Uchiha clan so they won't be viewed as evil, this was all due to Itachi's manipulation. He's even capable of making his girlfriend live out an entire life within the Tsukiyomi. So given the fact that Sasuke, the Leaf Village, and the rest of the world viewed Itachi exactly how he planned it, it only makes sense that one of his strongest abilities controls your perception of reality. In Itachi's right eye, he has the Amaterasu. This ability spawns uncontrollable black flames that completely extinguish its target. Whatever is in the line of sight of Amaterasu is turned to ashes. Itachi at heart is a pacifist. He loved the Leaf Village in the Uchiha clan. However, to avoid civil war, he made the choice to take out his clan so news of the coup never reached the public. Both options were bad. He was tasked with either betraying his clan and attacking them, or teaming up with his clan to take out the village. However, he knew that whatever action he committed to, once he did, there was no going back. Similar to how once he cast the Amaterasu, there's nothing he can do to put the flames out. So, while the Tsukiyomi is symbolic of Itachi controlling your perception of reality, the Amaterasu is symbolic that as soon as he committed to an action, there was nothing he could do to put the flames out. It was just there forever. Permanent impact on the world. On to Sasuke. In his left eye, he has the Amaterasu, and in his right eye, he has Inferno-style flame control. I already explained what the Amaterasu does, so I can just explain why it's symbolic to Sasuke. For starters, when Sasuke awakened his MS, he wanted to burn Konoha to the ground. Sasuke often attempts to erase things from his past, such as his bond with the Leaf, even his bond with his best friend, so it makes sense that one of his abilities allow him to completely get rid of something. In Sasuke's right eye, he has Inferno-style flame control, but unlike Itachi, he's able to control and manipulate these flames however he sees fit, and that's because Sasuke always felt like he was in control of his actions. Whether it was Itachi telling Sasuke that he has to kill his best friend to get the Mangekyou Sharingan, or Orochimaru saying Sasuke must give up his body if he wants to beat Itachi, Sasuke refused and wanted to walk his own path to power. However, he didn't want to just destroy the Leaf Village, like, a Dragon Ball Z character, just leave it a wasteland. He wanted to reshape it because he didn't like how the ninja world was ran and how Itachi was even put in that predicament. Even in his introduction, he said he wants to restore the clan. So Sasuke has always been in the business of reshaping things however he saw fit. So, while Itachi's Amaterasu was symbolic to him because once he passed it, there was nothing he can do, and he also wanted to completely burn away the past of the Uchiha, Sasuke's Amaterasu was symbolic to him because he wanted to permanently cut away his ties with Elite Village and Naruto and just leave that all in the past. And the flame control would be symbolic to Sasuke because not only could he reshape it, but he could also put the flames out. Which is even more evidence that Sasuke always felt independent and that he can control his own destiny. Next up we have Obito, and his is basically self-explanatory. Obito always felt like things were slipping away from him and he felt empty on the inside. Even the Kamui dimension being a bunch of puzzle blocks is symbolic because it shows that Obito has a real identity crisis and not even he knows who he truly is. While he was stuck with Madara, the only thing on his mind was getting back to Kakashi and Rin. So the Kamui also allows him to travel anywhere he desires. Kakashi's version of Kamui allows him to send whatever he sees into another dimension. Kakashi has lost a lot of important people in his life, so his version of Kamui is symbolic in the way that whatever he lays his eyes on, it tends to go away for good. For Shisui, we don't see how he unlocks his MS, but we do know he has Kodo Matsukami, which allows him to completely mind control his victim. This is done by giving them a command that they must follow, and you don't question it because Kodo rewrites your memories to the point where you believe that actions are coming from your heart. Shisui, like Itachi, was a peaceful person, so he planned on using the Kodo Matsukami to control Fukaku into calling off the coup. As for Madara, the only time we see his MS ability is in the Naruto Generations cutscene, and he has the ability to rewind time. So, now that we know that MS abilities come from the personality or the desires of the user, we can start to theorize what Sarada's Mangekyo abilities might be. So, I have 3 different ideas. My first idea is that one of her abilities will be some type of power that finds the absolute truth. Another one might be an ability that protects people like an RPG spell, and the last one could be an ability to revert actions that have taken place. My thinking for the truth ability is because around the episodes where she unlocked her first Tomoe, she was like doing research on the Uchiha, and then like she wanted to go find Sasuke, find out the truth about her dad. So like, you know, her first Sharingan awakening was due to like doing research and, you know, truth uncovering. And even when she got the MS, she was like, oh dad, please believe me, like something's going on. Like she's trying to, you know, get to the bottom of things. My thinking for the ability to revert actions comes from Kawaki, her teammate, just tried to kill her and mortally wounded Boruto. Then Boruto is seen as like a worldwide criminal and the entire village is after him and trying to kill him. And then Naruto, somebody she look up to, she thinks is dead. Do I have to go past the past 30 minutes? So my idea for her being able to revert and reverse attacks is like, it's not going to be nothing small scale like, oh, you hit me with a fire style, now I'm going to activate my ability and like, it didn't happen. No, I'm talking like, oh, this 10-kilometer distance, yeah, everything that just happened here in the past 30 minutes to an hour, it didn't happen. Kind of like when Frieza blew the planet up and then like we said, alright, I'm going to give y'all a redo, I'm going to take us back about 15 minutes. I'm talking something like that. And the protection spell could be something like whoever she's looking at the moment can't take any damage, or like she just puts a spell on them to like where they can't get hurt. That would be like an interesting twist since, you know, most MS abilities are offensive outside of Obito's Kamui. So if there's just something that's straight up defensive and like a purely support jutsu, that will be crazy. As for her Susanoo, I hope is purely melee based. Like I don't want it having no weapons. I want that thing to be a giant Susanoo throwing hands like Sarada and Sakura. Even though some Susanoos symbolize the user, like you have Kakashi's with a scar in its eye, you have Madara's being two-faced since he doesn't want anybody standing behind him, and Sasuke uses an arrow since he did when he was younger. I don't know exactly how hers will look, but I just want it throwing hands. But yeah fam, I really hope Sarada's MS abilities are unique. This is probably the last Mangekyou Sharingan we're going to see unlocked in the Naruto series, so we gotta go out with a bang. Boruto has been really heavy on the hacks department, so it better be mad cheesy. Ikimoto, Kishimoto, I believe in you.